This is Rebecca from LaPouiboutique.com, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to read yarn labels. I'll be using 5 different types of yarn: Red Heart with Love, a Deborah Norville Serenity, Buttercream Angel Hair, Classic Elite Yarn, and finally a Lily Sugar and Cream. I'm going to begin with the With Love from Red Heart yarn. It's a commonly used acrylic yarn you can find in most big name retail stores. The first thing you'll notice is the net weight. It's listed both in ounces and grams, and there will also show a number of yards and meters. This is helpful when patterns call for a specific yardage, so you know how many of these to get to complete your project. Other important information on the label can be found as you rotate the yarn. The color name is listed here. Be sure the skeins you grab all have the same color name before purchasing any large quantity. You want to make sure that everything matches. On this yarn, there is no dye lot. That means Red Heart does not have any specific difference for this color. All skeins with the same color name should be identical, so you could purchase one on Monday and a different one on Friday, and they should be the same. Below the color information is the size and weight of the yarn. This skein is a number 4 worsted weight. You can check the Craft Yarn Council website to find the detailed information about the different standard yarn weights. The next 2 circles contain knitting and crochet tool size recommendations. This is for the size of the knitting needles and the size of the crochet hook. You'll notice that they recommend using a K 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and as well as a US 9 or 5.5 millimeter knitting needles. Both of these would be optimal choice for this yarn as their suggestion. Also listed within these circles is a gauge. Using that specific tool that they recommend, they list that it's 16 stitches for a 4x4 inch square in knitting, and 14 single crochet in the 4x4 inch square for crochet. So these will give you a good indication of what you can need. Remember, these are only recommendations. You do not have to absolutely use these tools, but they give you a good idea. Also included in this area are the care instructions. Here it is: warm water, tumble dry, no iron, and no bleach. It's also listed below in the symbols as well as written form, along with the yarn composition. This is acrylic. All of this info is typically listed on major label brand yarns that you'll find at most retail stores. The next yarn to look at is the Deborah Norville Collection Serenity Sock Weight. The packaging of the thinner yarn still contains the information you will need: yards and meters, the ounces and grams, and as well it will list the composition. This one consists of wool, bamboo, and nylon. The care instructions may be different than the previous yarn, and if you roll the skein around, you find that the standard yarn weight is different. Here, the yarn is listed as a superfine or number 1 weight. To the right, you'll see the 2 recommendations for tools. Unlike the previous skein, this is recommending a US 2 or 2.75 millimeter knitting needles and an E4 or 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. Below this, there are some care instructions: machine wash, gentle cycle, and dry flat. Rolling the skein more gives you the color information. Here, this listed as purple, and it does have a dye lot number. Lot listed number 414. To ensure you have a guaranteed color match to any skein for an entire project, make sure that the same color and the same lot number are identical on all skeins. You don't want to make a large purchase of yarn and come home and find out that 1 or 2 of them are completely different, because they will not match. And you cannot be sure that this lot number will be available if you go back to return to purchase at a later date. Moving on to our sample of the Buttercream Angel Hair. The label lists the same information, not necessarily in the same order. Here are the recommendations for tools and gauge, and slightly to the right, you'll find the standard yarn weight listed. Directly under all of this is the composition information, yardage, grams, and care instructions. And nicely placed is this reminder to purchase enough of the same dye lot that you'll need for your entire project. I cannot stress this enough, you won't like the results otherwise. Rotating the skein, the color and dye lot number is listed. This is your key information. Be sure you collect the yarn you need and that every skein has the same color and lot number. These yarns are all available at retail stores, but at your local yarn store, the specialty yarns can have a little bit different labels. These are higher quality yarns, often locally made or internationally. This yarn I purchased at a local yarn store. It is called Classic Elite Yarn. The label has the same information, but not necessarily in the same order or location. This yarn also lists a specific name. Below the name is the composition of the yarn. Just below this, instead of numerous diagrams and graphic aids, the label simply writes out the recommended tool sizes to try for this yarn. The label also lists the weight here at 50 grams and about 230 yards. This could be plus or minus. Below this are the care instructions. Here, hand wash cold and dry flat is recommended. Since this yarn is made from mohair and wool, it would not be wise to toss it into the washer or dryer. Otherwise, your beautiful fabric will be destroyed, and you will not be very happy. Flipping the yarn over to the other side, you'll find the ever needed color and dye lot numbers. Again, always be sure that the numbers match on every skein and hank that you purchase. And the final yarn we'll look at is a cotton yarn from Lily Sugar and Cream. Turning the label, you'll find the information you need. As you've seen, all labels display the same information, but not necessarily in the same location or order. You may need to scan the label to find exactly what you're looking for. Labels can also give the information in different directions. On this label, it starts with the standard weight, recommended tools, and care instructions. This label also adds a warning that the colors may run, indicating for at least the first wash, you should be washing your fabric or your garments separately from your other items. Turning the label to the side, you'll find the color and the dye lot number. Turn again a little bit more to find the mass. And as some skeins note, this yarn comes with a free pattern on the reverse side of the label. Here we've looked at cotton, specialty mohair, a bamboo blend, a wool blend, and an acrylic. All various types of yarns with the labels all sharing the same important information, possibly in different locations. A rule of thumb is to always scan the entire label, check dye lot numbers, and to purchase enough yarn for your entire project. And that is how to read a yarn label. Good luck with all of your yarn adventures. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, drop us a note and let us know what useful information you found. Bye for now.